you. Akuma, big up to you. James Dunlop, big up to you. I'll be with you guys in 2 minutes. Every single person out there, how are you all doing? I see someone saying my mic sounds like I'm far away from it. Can you hear me now? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me, people. Give me a thumbs up. It's your boy here, the Blunt Pundit. Lovers be lovers, haters be haters. This is where I speak my mind and you can say yours. There's been a lot of things going around the news for the last 24 hours. I'm pretty sure everyone is totally aware of it. I think it's overshadowed every single team performance over the weekend. Yes, yesterday we got into a lot of arguments about Arsenal, myself, Mossy Boy, Akuma, Dave, a few other people in the chat. It got very heated. We had difference of opinions. And it is what it is at the end of the day when it comes to football. But there is a bigger evil that is facing every single one of us, whatever team you support right now, except maybe for some of the people that really want this to happen, is the European Super League, people. The European Super League is the evil I am talking about. It is the new evil. And of course, we've also heard about the news that August and Mourinho has been sacked. Okay, those are the headlines, people. I don't even know where to start about this European Super League, people. I do not know where to start. But I'm going to start by just giving people a bit of the recap of what the European Super League is about. And if you haven't heard the news, basically it's a league that is confirmed to start in August. It is a league that consists of 20 top European teams, which includes 15 founding member clubs and 5 others that will have to qualify to get into it. So this is more like a breakaway league away from the regular leagues that we have in the Champions League, the Europa leagues. It's almost like people coming together and saying, you know what, we are bigger than the rest of the guys. We want to form our own league and we are going to be getting money from whatever proceeds and getting financial backing from different sources. We've heard of JP Morgan to be part of it as well, and different big investors around the world. They're saying it's going to be governed by the founding members, and they will receive a solidarity payment, people, of 3.5 billion euros to support their infrastructure investment plans. Listen, people, I said it before in the descriptions that, listen, this is a sham. It is what I call a well-packaged proposal to make the rich get richer. They should call this league the Rich Get Richer scheme. That is what it should be called, because I don't see the point of some of the things that have been said, and I'm going to read them out to you guys in a bit. For me, I see it as a package of lies and a ploy just to get what they want. Just before I go on, I just noticed that my battery is a bit low. Bear with me. All right, that's a lot better. I don't want a situation whereby I'm talking to you guys and, the stream ends. Can you guys still hear me okay? I hope you guys can hear me okay. All right, people, I'm just going to read out the statement, right? Because there was a release of the statement yesterday saying that they're going to be starting the league in August. I'm going to read out some of these things, and the way it's going to go today is I'm going to read out a few things and I'm going to talk about them, okay? The release statement yesterday from the European football clubs that are part of the Super League, what they're saying is 12 of Europe's leading football clubs have today come together to announce they've agreed to establish a new midweek competition, the Super League, which is governed by the founding members. And who are those founding members, people? The founding members are these guys that you can see on the screen. I don't know how legible. Let me put this on. If you can see your flag there, you will know who I'm talking about. Obviously, we have Real Madrid there, we have Barcelona, we have Arsenal, we have Atletico Madrid, we have Juventus, we have Liverpool, we have Man City, we have Manchester United, we have Tottenham in there, and of course, Barcelona. Right. It is anticipated that further 3 clubs will join ahead of the inaugural season, which will make them 15. So what you can see on there on the screen right now is 12 different logos. But they're going to get 3 more in the inaugural season. So obviously, they're probably looking for people that are going to join them to make it 15 founding members. And they're saying that this is intended to commence as soon as practicable. What they're saying practicable means it's in August. Going forward, the football clubs look forward to holding discussions with UEFA and FIFA to work together in partnership to deliver the best outcomes for the new league and for the football as a whole. Interesting, right? Okay. The formation of the Super League comes at a time when the global pandemic has accelerated the instability in the existing European football economic model. And what they're saying is, for a number of years, the founding members have had the objective of improving the quality, people, the quality and the intensity of existing European competitions throughout each season, and of creating a format to top clubs and players to compete on a regular basis. Listen, guys, everything they've said here is a well-packaged lie, in my opinion. And the reason I say this is because if you look at all the clubs on the screen right now, the clubs that are right down here, all these clubs were all part of the same clubs that were announced as the most valuable clubs in the world right now. Remember that they released the list, I think, last week. The most valuable clubs. I think the top 10 most valuable clubs. All the clubs you are seeing here are part of the most valuable clubs in the world. It tells you a lot of things, that the rich wants to get richer. It is a case of whereby the more money you have, the more money you can make. And listen, I don't have a problem, okay? I don't have a problem with people wanting to make more money. What I have a problem with is the ethics behind it. If it's very unethical, I will have a big problem with it. Okay? And that is where I'm having some sort of issues trying to come to grasps with what their intentions are. If you come out and tell me that you're trying to find a way to improve the league as a whole, I can understand that, which is what they've said, by the way. Which is what they've said. But then again, it's almost like you're saying one thing on paper. I'm going to read it out to you guys in a bit. You're saying one thing on paper, But in actual fact, that isn't what you're trying to achieve. You are trying to make money. And what this is going to do to the whole football league and the whole football pyramid is it's going to bring undue advantage for clubs that have more money. So where is the competition in that? It is anti-competitive. It makes no sense to me. It makes no sense to me. And within that release statement, they said that they've spoken. By they, I mean the Super League, the governing body. They said that they've spoken to UEFA. And they said that the founding clubs, these whole clubs they're seeing on the screen, they believe that the solutions proposed to them by UEFA following their talks will not solve the fundamental issues. What is the fundamental issues? And they're saying that including the need to provide higher quality matches and additional financial resources for the overall football pyramid. Higher quality matches, people. What do they mean by higher quality matches? Are you telling me, look, I'm an Arsenal fan, but I'm ready to rip into my club right now. What higher quality matches is Arsenal Football Club going to provide? Can someone here tell me what higher quality football game Arsenal is going to provide? This statement I've read is in the release statement. So if you are really if you want to pick teams based on how good they are or how the sort of players they have in the football club, I don't think Arsenal should be in the equation. Arsenal and Tottenham shouldn't be in the equation. Tottenham hasn't won a league. They've only won the league twice, and it's not even the Premier League. It was back then. 60 years ago was the last time they won the league. 60 bloody years ago, people. 60. I don't think the combined age of me and my friend I was talking to is not even up to 60. It's not even up to 60. That's the last time Tottenham won the league. So are you telling me that you want quality, high-intensity matches? That is what you're telling me. You're telling me you want to provide high-quality matches. Are you freaking kidding me right now? Where is Arsenal on the table? Where's Tottenham on the table? It makes absolutely no sense to me. And then they went on to say that the new annual tournament will provide significantly greater economic growth and support for European football via a long-term commitment to uncapped solidarity payments, which will grow in line with league revenues. Uncapped solidarity payments, for those that don't know, that simply means there is no cap in how much money is going to be going out there. Now, I will get back to this solidarity payment. I'm just going to read this on here. They said these solidarity payments will be substantially higher than those generated by the current European competitions and are expected to be in excess of 10 billion euros, people. 10 billion euros is about, I don't know, 6 billion pounds? Or, correct me if I'm wrong, people. Get your calculators out. 6 billion or 5 point something billion pounds, maybe, during the course of the initial commitment periods of the club. In addition, the competition will be built on a sustainable financial foundation, with all founding members signing up to a spending framework. In exchange for that commitment, they said the founding clubs will be receiving an amount of 3.5 billion euros solely to support their infrastructure investment plans and to offset the impact of the COVID pandemic. Listen, they're talking about economic growth. Can someone tell me how this economic growth is going to be spread across equally? How is this wealth going to be spread across equally? Can someone in the chat tell me how they want this to be spread across equally? It isn't going to be spread across equally. We all know that. So if you're saying that you want economic growth in what context? This is what the release statement says. Economic growth in what? So it's almost like you're going to share that money to certain people. Because obviously what's going to happen right now is there's going to be sponsorship deals coming. When this league starts, there's going to be sponsorship deals, right? There's going to be TV rights money. And all the people that are bankrolling, I'm hearing JP Morgan is also part of the people that are bankrolling this. I don't know in what capacity JP Morgan is bankrolling this. I don't know if JP Morgan is more or less, I don't know, maybe they're giving them the loans for it, or maybe they're going to be getting some interest. But whichever way you want to see, JP Morgan is going to have a stake in this. You're definitely going to have a stake in this. So if you're coming out to me now and telling me that you're going to provide economic growth, yes, I can see potentials in bringing economic growth. For instance, people are going to be employed. Obviously, if there are matches for the Super League, people like the attendants, people that are selling the donuts, people that are selling the sausage, whatever it is they're going to be selling, they're probably going to be getting a job. They're going to be having a job to do. All right. But the question is, how much are these guys going to be getting paid? What sort of economic growth? This is all absolute bullshit. I'm sorry for my language, but I don't care at this point. It's absolute bullshit. And you're talking about solidarity payments. Listen, as it stands right now, we are already complaining about the solidarity payments that are being paid to people that get relegated. In case you don't understand what solidarity payments means, right? Let's think about this, right? When a club gets relegated from the Premier League, right? When a club gets relegated from the Premier League, they sort of pay them what they call solidarity payments when they get relegated to the championship. And the reason they pay them is because if you think about it, people they might sign some players that come into their team when they're in the Premier League, and they might sign them on high wages. And when they go into, say for instance, the championship, they get relegated, it's possible that they might not be able to sustain the payment. And the idea of the solidarity payment is to ensure that clubs don't go into administration, right? And then they also have what they call apologies, it's the parachute payment. Sorry, I'm mixing things up. It's the parachute payment I just explained to you. Meanwhile, the solidarity payment is now paid to the rest of the clubs that's, are probably in the championship or lower leagues below the championship. They're going to pay them what they call solidarity payments. I'm mixing things up. So the parachute payment is the one I just explained, okay? The parachute payment is the one whereby you pay the club that gets relegated, right, from the Premier League. You pay them the parachute payment, which helps so that they can still sustain certain levels of expenses, okay? That's the parachute payment. And then the solidarity payment is paid to other clubs that are more or less in the championship, that are beneath them, that are not in the Premier League. This, in effect, is to help with anti-competition, is also to help with a little bit of fairness. And the truth about the matter is, people are still complaining that right now it is not enough. So the question now is, these solidarity payments that these people are saying that they're going to be paying, who are they paying these solidarity payments to? It's not very clear here, because obviously there's going to be money is being paid to the founding clubs, right, to support their infrastructure investment plan. So are they saying this solidarity payments, which is in 10 million in excess, is going to be shared among the founding clubs? I don't understand this. I don't understand it. So it's quite annoying when you think about it. And then if you read into the statement, by the way, guys, just so you know, I'm going to be taking calls. If you guys want to talk, I'm going to be taking calls. Maybe in the next 15 minutes, as soon as I finish what I'm saying and finish my ranting, I'm going to be taking calls. The link is right there in the descriptions. You can click on the link, and I'll be open to picking any calls, whoever it is that wants to share their thoughts on this matter. Another thing they went on to say in the release statement was by the president, Florentino Perez. Florentino Perez simply said that we will help football at every level and take it to its rightful place in the world. What does that mean? Football at every level. How is this helping football at every level, people? How? How is it helping football at every level? Can someone explain that statement to me? These are all pack of lies. You say it's going to help football at every level. In what capacity? In what capacity? They're saying that, okay, he went on to say football is the only global sport in the world with more than 4 billion fans, right? And our responsibility as a big clubs is to respond to their desires. Yes, we want good football, but if you think it's going to affect the economy, we don't want that. And he's saying that back in the new European League is this guy, this is the Juventus owner, Andrea Agnelli, chairman of Juventus, and the vice chairman of the Super League, also said that our 12 founding clubs represent billions of fans across the globe and 99 European trophies. We have come together at this critical moment, enabling European competition to be transformed, putting the game we love on a sustainable footing for the long-term future, substantially increasing solidarity and giving fans and amateur players a regular flow of headline fixtures that will feed their passion for the game while providing them with engaging. These are all load of bollocks, in my opinion. They're talking about sustainable. These are all load of bollocks, people. These are all load of bollocks. I'm sorry, people, but this thing is really, really very annoying when you think about it, because it's not helping anyone. It is not helping anybody. And this is why I've been saying that this club, because apparently Kroenke is one of the people. Kroenke is one of the vice. Let me look for him. Let me look for his picture if I can find his picture. I can't even find his picture here. I didn't have his picture. I don't have his picture. Kroenke is one of the vice presidents. And now you can understand why I've been totally against Kroenke for a very long time. You've got Kroenke, you've got John Henry of Liverpool as a vice president. You've also got the Glazers as a vice president. I think you've also got, I think I've mentioned his name already, Andrea Agnelli, the owner of Juventus, right? And you've got Florentino Perez. Those are the guys in the hierarchy. So all these things that they've written in there, saying that it's going to help with the economy. All right, maybe to an extent, but it's not going to spread the wealth. They're talking about quality of matches. What bloody quality of matches is Tottenham and Arsenal going to provide? We couldn't even beat Fulham. Look at how we're struggling against Fulham. What quality of matches are you talking about? It don't make no sense. It don't make no sense. These are all pack of lies being packaged in a well-mannered way such that it's going to deceive people that don't understand how these things operate. These guys just want to get richer, and which is fine. It's good for you to get richer, but where are your ethics? My major problem with this is the ethics. That is what my major problem with this is. I'm sorry, people. Let me just look at a few comments here before I go on. Tony Blackwell, JP Morgan are funding the ASL with, is that 5 billion? Did you say 5 billion? I can't read that properly. James Dunlop, it's nothing but greed. Us fans mean nothing to them anymore. It's supposed to be the fans' game. Do you know, it's interesting you say this about fans, right? Apparently, PSG, right? And Bayern Munich and what's the other club? Dortmund. They totally are against this, and I think they must have approached them. Obviously, PSG and Bayern should definitely have been approached because they're one of the big clubs when it comes to finances and obviously achievements. PSG hasn't won the Champions League, have they? But in terms of financial financial grounding and foundation, they are big teams, obviously. So they've met them and they are totally against this. But then again, I don't know the reason why Bayern Munich didn't join. Maybe Bayern Munich are ethical. But there's something you guys need to understand about the German league. There's something that they call the 50+1 rule. Okay? In the 50+1 rule, in Germany, the fans hold the majority of their own voting rights. So under the German Football League, clubs will not be allowed to play in the Bundesliga if the commercial investors have more than 49% stake. So the people in Germany, they were very, 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 very sensible about this. The people in Germany, they probably must have looked at it and looked at the American investors that have come to England to invest, knowing fully well that these guys don't really have and apologies to any American watching this, okay? Apologies to any American. I'm just saying the investors that have come in who are Americans, it's very obvious many of them are just here for the money. So what the German people have done is they've said, listen, any commercial investor is not going to have more than 49% of the stake. That way, the stake is now for the fans and for the club members. So they have about 51%. So which simply means they have voting rights. And what that simply means is a league that is thinking about the fans. They're thinking about the grassroots. They're thinking about the locality. They're thinking about everything that football is about. Yes, you want to make money. There is absolutely no doubt. But they've also put the power in the hands of the people that matters most. Because football is nothing without the fans. It is nothing without the fans. And I really commend that league for doing what is right. They've done it. They probably thought about this, that listen, if we don't handle this now, it's going to get really, really out of hand. And that's what is happening right now. Because what simply happened is these clubs, the 12 clubs, have literally gone because they have the power. They've gone in and said, you know what, let's do our own thing. We have the power to run this thing. And no one can stand against us. No one can stand against us. And to make matters worse, you guys might have seen this. If you haven't seen it, according to Sky Sports, one of the board members of the Super League team said this, and I quote, this is from Sky Sports. I'm only quoting what Sky Sports quoted, okay? So don't say you had it from Tade's stream. I am only re-quoting what Sky Sports quoted, okay? They simply said, one of their members said, our primary job is to maximize profit and revenue. The wider good of the team is a secondary concern. Secondary concern. I need to make the money, you know. I need to make the... It's fun to make the money. But what are your bloody ethics? You've sold your soul. You've sold your soul. That's what it is. And they're saying that they want less football and not more football. And what they're even saying right now is they're saying that they're secretly delighted and glad if players are banned from the national team. How greedy can you be? And you know, these people, what's pissing me off right now is these people, they know because the players have signed a contract, right? They know they have no choice than to play for them. They have no choice than to play for them. And I like what this man has said, Alexander Seferin. Please, I hope I pronounce his name right. This is the UEFA president, for those of you that don't know. Alexander Seferin has come out to say that, in fact, the owner of Juventus lied to him. He's come out to say that, yes. He said he lied to him. And he even went on to make a quote that I didn't know we had snakes walking close to us. Because this man said he spoke to Andre, the owner of Juventus, over the weekend. And he said this wasn't going further. That is what he told him. So he even lied to a close friend and a close colleague that he works with. He lied to him. They spoke about this over the weekend. And only for on Sunday, we now see a news saying that they formed it. So obviously, even the whole UEFA president didn't even know what was going on. That is how bad it is now. The corruption. This whole thing is a sham, because what you're doing right now is you're cheating. You are cheating all those other small clubs that don't have the opportunity. You say you want to bring high quality matches. There are some teams right now in Leicester. Leicester is definitely putting high quality matches than Arsenal Football Club. Leicester is putting high quality matches than Tottenham put together. So I don't really understand what they mean by high quality matches in that release statement. That's just a well drafted statement that makes no ethical sense. You think about all this, it's making me sick. It's making me sick. Before I start taking calls, I have to talk about two more things, right? Definitely we're going to talk about Mourinho sacking, and I'm also going to talk about the deception and the negotiating tactics. What this thing was about was the lies or the potential deception. That is what the topic is today. And what are the potential deception? The potential deception is perhaps for them to be able to strong arm UEFA into action. What do I mean by this? Obviously, we've already heard that UEFA has gone on to propose a new 36-team Champions League with 2 wild cards. What does that mean? Right now, we have 32 teams playing the Champions League, right? But UEFA, in a way to kind of mend this and sort of come into a middle ground with these people, they've now proposed a 36-team Champions League with 2 wild cards, which simply means, right now, the 2 wild cards is open to top teams that have a high coefficient rating of Champions League. So let's just put this into context. Imagine Arsenal right now, are in 9th position. But because of the power that they have, right? Even if we finish in 9th position, we will still make, just as an example. I'm not saying Arsenal has good coefficient ratings in Champions League now. No, we don't, because we've not been playing in Champions League. But okay, which team should we use? Let's use Liverpool. Liverpool right now. They have a high coefficient rating in the Champions League. So say for instance right now, UEFA, Liverpool doesn't make it into the Champions League spaces, right? The 2 wild cards that have been put down, right? They can just pick it up and get into the Champions League next season. That is so unfair. That is unfair advantage for a team like West Ham, for instance. It doesn't. So even this proposal from UEFA, let's be honest, it's still sort of an evil. But I believe that this is a lesser of. It's like you have 2 evils and you have to choose the lesser evil. This is lesser of 2 evils, if that makes sense, because it's still unfair in a way. But then again, it's not as profound as what the Super League is proposing. If you see what I mean, because this way people will still be able to qualify the normal way we qualify today into the Champions League. But then some other guys will still have some extra advantage to get in because of their coefficients. It doesn't make any sense to me. Do you know what I mean? So, honestly speaking, this whole thing for me is just a sham. Let me pick a few comments before I go into Mourinho. Peter Moore, clubs could take turns in winning Super League like wrestling. Tony Blackwell, Kroenke's plan has come to fruition. Arteta is just a fall guy, hence why lack of funds. I can't see them keeping him on for elite football, can you? Listen, like I said, these owners are only out for one thing, and it was confirmed by what the Sky Sports guys said, that they are only out there to make money. I'm not stupid, right? Let's be very honest. The whole aim of investing is to make money. But at the same time, you don't want to lose your soul. Do you understand what I'm coming from? I am fighting against the ethics of this. If the solidarity payments that they're talking about is going to be put to good use, for instance, let's say it's going to be used for other teams that cannot qualify for the Super League as an example. Or let's use the present UEFA Champions League, right? There is a solidarity payment that is being paid currently, right, by UEFA Champions League for people that don't make it into what stages? I can't remember the stages now. Into the group stage, I think. For people that don't make it into the group stage, they pay them some sort of money. It's a solidarity. I think last year's own was about 125 million. 125 million euros, right? And that's more like a solidarity payment, just to kind of give them a sort of support for whatever it is they want to do, infrastructure, whatever it is. It's almost similar to the solidarity contribution that is made to players. Let's say, for instance, now, right? If Theo Walcott, for instance. I think Theo Walcott came from Southampton, right? He came from Southampton Academy. When Arsenal transferred him, I don't know how many years in between, but when Arsenal transferred him to, say, Everton, for instance, yeah, there's a certain payment that Southampton gets, right? Because they have to pay those clubs because they were the one that brought these players up between the ages of, I think, 13 and 23, I think. So they have to pay them some certain money on transfer fees. There's a certain percentage of transfer fees that is paid to the club that brought up these players. All those things are in a way to sort of support those teams that brought up those players. So it's more like to help them with their infrastructure plans and builds or whatever it is you want to call it. That's the essence, right, of solidarity. So there are different forms of it. There's a solidarity contribution that goes into player development. There's also the solidarity fee that kind of helps so that other teams can have a little bit of money so that there won't be that big gap. It's almost trying to create equality. Just like I said earlier, solidarity payment is paid to the clubs that are in the championship. So say, for instance, the likes of Norwich or whatever team it is that got relegated, they get paid a parachute payment. But because they're getting a parachute payment, they were like, okay, do you know what? The guys that are actually below them, they should get something just to close the gap a little bit, right? So that's the definition of what solidarity is at the end of the day. Peter Moore, being a Spurs fan, we might finally win something, but it won't be real. I'm definitely gonna get into Mourinho in a bit. Do you know what? I think we'll actually get into Mourinho now. Yes, people, we've all seen that Mourinho got sacked today. The question I'm gonna ask every single person watching this is: do you think Mourinho got sacked because Tottenham are doing badly, or do you think it has to do with the rumors circulating that he didn't stand for the Europa Super League? What is your take on that? Listen, I will not be surprised if he actually stood up against this and they got him sacked. The reason I'm saying this is simply because it makes absolutely no sense for you to sack a manager a week before you have a chance of getting a trophy. A trophy that you hardly see in your trophy cabinet, a trophy that you hardly touch or you smell, a trophy that you hardly even come close to. The last time you came to a trophy was 2008. And before them, God knows when. The last time you won the league was 60 years ago. So we have to think for ourselves, because I know a lot of people will be thinking now, oh yeah, maybe we should sack Arteta, or we should sack this, or we should sack that, blah, blah, blah. I know that's definitely going to come at me, or people are going to be saying that. But the point of the whole matter is, think about it. It's going to upset the balance in the team right now, because Ryan Mason, how much experience does Ryan Mason have? Ryan Mason was an ex-football player. He couldn't continue, I think, because of injuries or something. So he's going to be the caretaker, and probably he's going to be the one taking them into the final against Man City. It is very fishy. It is very fishy. He has been sacked a week before you have the chance to win, or before Harry Kane is going to have a chance to even win a trophy in his life. It makes no sense to me. People can say it's because they're playing badly, but I think there's something more to that. It was just, and then you have to also think about the potential of Mourinho getting a bonus. I'm just saying, I don't know, but he's potentially going to get a bonus if he wins the league, or if he wins a cup for them. He's potentially going to get that. You need to think, these clubs are only after themselves. They don't care about you. They don't care about anything. All they care about is the money. So there are different theories to this, but I don't think he was sacked only because of, the performance. The timing is not right. Even when Man United sacked Louis van Gaal, they sacked him after he won the FA Cup. At least he won something. It makes no sense to me. Peter Moore, Jose was really bad. No chance of winning with him. You never know. This is Mourinho. Can you tell me one final that Mourinho has lost? I can't remember, except I'm talking rubbish now. But the thing is, he's a serial winner. Whether we like it or not. Yes, you might not like his playing style, whatever it is. He's a serial winner. But the point of it, I don't want to deviate, but the point of this whole thing is, I believe the Super League has to do with whatever decision it is that they might have made. That's all I'm saying. Tony Blackwell, did anyone see the article where Pogba is asking for 500,000 a week? Maybe with this new league, and he goes ahead, they could afford it. Listen, yes, maybe with this new league, they can afford it. But you need to understand something, right? And this is why I like what UEFA has done, right? What this man has now done, which I totally forgot to mention to you guys, right? What this man has done right now, he said, okay, he hasn't done it, but he's asking for FIFA to intervene in such a way whereby the football players of these football clubs will not be able to play for their national teams. So let's think about this for 1 minute. Imagine Arsenal now goes into this, well, they've already gone into it anyways. But imagine now they now tell Aubameyang, Lacazette, all these guys that play for their football teams, the national teams, and they tell them that you have to play in this league. And they're like, listen, I want to win a World Cup, right? I want to win a World Cup. So they're not going to be happy about playing for this club in that league simply because they're going to lose the opportunity to be able to win a World Cup. They're going to lose the opportunity to be able to play for their countries because there's a potential that they're going to be banned from that. And from the reports, they're simply saying that these clubs don't care about it. As a matter of fact, they are happy and glad if that happens. So that tells you they don't care about them. So I think what this man is saying is he's trying to find a way whereby he's gonna create unrest within the club. What do I mean? If you come out and say that you're gonna ban any player that plays for their clubs in this particular league, it simply means that it's gonna create undue unrest within the club and it's gonna be very unhealthy. So just imagine the owner of the club, Kroenke, comes down and maybe all the players decide that they're gonna go on strike. Yes, they might probably, raise a lawsuit against them. I get that. But it's going to create a very, very unhealthy relationship. So just imagine those players decide to just go and play rubbish in the Super League. They're going to be losing all the games. Then maybe Kroenke is going to rethink to himself, like, you know what? These players are not down with this. That is what I think this UEFA president is trying to propose. He wants them to be banned from playing from their countries. And that way, the players will have to revolt against this. And if the players revolt against this, it's going to create a big unrest within the camp. And I don't think they can go forward with this plan. And I'm also talking about this deception and probably negotiation tactics. Let's think back in the days when we had what they call Cup Winners' Cup, right? The Cup Winners' Cup was what was usually played. So back in the days, we had the Super Cup being played between the Champions League winners and the Cup Winners' Cup, which was different from the Europa League. When they noticed, and that Cup Winners' Cup was only played by the winners of each respective leagues in Europe. So if you took second, you don't have the opportunity to play in the Cups Winners' Cup. So after all the football writers complained and a lot of fans complained, they intervened. And then UEFA came in and said, do you know what? We're not going to recognize this particular cup anymore called Cup Winners' Cup. We're not going to recognize it anymore. It's useless. We don't care about it because they want to put things under control. There should be a little bit of control. If not, people are going to be cheating others out of the opportunities that they deserve. There should be a level of control. Someone in my company today said this is probably like a capitalist way of doing things. Yeah, I know it's like a capitalist way of doing things. But one thing about capitalism is you still have control. The government, there are anti-competitive rules that are being put out there to ensure that people are not monopolizing everything. And that's the whole idea of it. You need to make it open because this is a closed shop competition. It is not open anymore. And so if you're telling me that you're trying to help economic growth, you're trying to help football at every level, that's absolute nonsense. It's ludicrous. It's absurd. It makes no sense. Freaking hell. I'm done talking, people. I'm done talking. Let's see if I can get Akuma into the room. Let's see if I can get people to come tell me what they feel because honestly, right now I'm even losing. Oh, damn. You know what, guys? I need to drink some water. I really need to drink some water. I think I'm going to... Let me play some music for you guys quickly. And I'll just get some water. And I will come back and get Akuma into the room. Apologies, guys. I'm just here ranting. All right. This is a song from Wilton Ed Mills. What in the world, people? I'll be right back. I just need to get some water. Please don't go anywhere. I'll be right back now. I need to get some water. Enjoy this, people.
I'm getting it lately. A lot of bad vibes. I'm seeing it lately. All bad signs. I'm feeling unweary. Got a feeling weak.
Akuma, are you ready for me? All right, let's see if we can get Akuma in to hear his opinions. All right, let's see if we can get him in. Akuma, where is he? Hello, Akuma. Can you hear me? Hello, Akuma. Can you hear me?
Yes, brother. You can hear me now? Yes.
Yeah.
I can hear you. Yes.
How are you doing?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Not
perfectly.
too bad, brother.
I can hear you perfectly.
Yeah, loud and clear. Okay. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. So I know I just heard your rant, man. I'm just seeing how you've taken to it. So you're pretty mad, aren't you?
Yeah, I mean, I am mad at the ethical side of things. That's all I'm mad at. I don't have a problem with people wanting to make money.
Yeah.
It's how it is used I have a problem with.
Yeah.
What's your take on it?
Yeah, it's just how it's gone. Yeah, exactly. But don't you? Yeah, but don't you think this was always going to be inevitable? Right from the last 150 years of football, football has gone through different number of changes. Because you have to remember, the first concept of football clubs in this country, so I may be wrong in my history, it was always local teams. So if you were from a local area, you played for that team. Then they allowed other people from other areas to play for that local team. Then they expanded. Then the Football Association was conceptualized. Then the league was formed. Then obviously money gets involved. I mean, you look back into what happened to the Premier League, how that was conceptualized, because there was controversy over that. You know, because I remember it was only, from my history, only 2 clubs agreed for the Premier League to form as the way that we have it today, because they said then this was going to happen, that the gap between the Premier League and lower league club has gotten greater and greater over the last 40 or nearly 30 or 40 years since the Premier League first started. So this is only inevitable. This was going to happen. You look what happened to the Champions League. The Champions League was only meant to be the league winners from every single league in Europe. Then all of a sudden, because of money, you could finish 4th and still win the Champions League. Like what happened to Liverpool? So this is an inevitable evolution. This was bound to happen. And as much as we hate it, you know, and stuff, what can we do? Money talks, doesn't it?
But that's the thing. I know money talks, and this is why I don't know how much of what I've said you heard, right? I said something about, you know.
Yeah, I heard most of it.
The lesser,
I heard most of it. Yes.
Yeah, the lesser of 2 evils, right? Because whether we like it or not, even UEFA, it's still all about money, right? But then again, it's still a bit more open. Do you understand what I'm saying? There is still the unfair advantage in terms of, you know, the broadcasting TV rights. You know, I mean, the broadcasting rights is given to the people.
Yes, absolutely. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but then again, it's still a bit more open, and that's the reason why the likes of Everton qualified once, even if I thought they didn't make it back in 2006 when Liverpool won it, and you know, you have the likes of Leicester. In this particular situation, there's no Leicester no more.
Yeah. Oh no, I agree. It literally, I think. Remember, I messaged you earlier about what would be your red lines for you to stop supporting your football team, and this will be one of them, because it'll just make the league so. How can I put it? So fixed. You might be watching WWE wrestling right now. You know, if the Super League happens, there's no point.
Yeah, it's interesting you say that, right? Let me get Joe into the room. Let me get Joe, if you don't mind. I think you know Joe. Let me get Joe into the room. Hi, Joe. Can you hear me? Can you hear us? Okay, Joe, in case you're watching, just know that you're live. So, I don't want you to go and say he's gone out. He's gone out. Let me get him in. Hello, Joe. Can you hear me, Joe?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you perfectly. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, Tade. I was kind of sad about the news. I was talking to Akuma like before we got on here, man.
All right,
it's just like the only thing like I understand, like what Akuma was telling me about the Premier League. Yeah, I know about that, but now there's no competition. Why, as a fan, now am I gonna watch the game, the beautiful game, if no matter if I finish in 10th place or 18th place or get relegated, I'm always going to be in the Super League.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's undue advantage, isn't it? It's not. It's almost like your money is going to put you wherever you want to be. Yeah. How is that competitive?
And then like they're going to take away. My club has 7 Champions Leagues, so like, they're gonna take that away from you, all the trophies, all the memories. How am I gonna tell my daughter when she's gonna turn 3? How am I tell her like in 10 years, like, oh, you know what? We're the second best team in Europe with Champions League. Now I can't even say that because it's like the trophies don't exist. All the memories, Istanbul, when we gave up the 3-0 lead to go back to Athens and get the revenge on Liverpool. Now all that, what you're saying, because basically we're legendary fans, so that means that we don't exist no more.
Yeah, I know. That's so true, man.
Is it possible this is just a scare tactics to get UEFA to find a way to bring more money into the Champions League?
Yeah,
Because
but
obviously-
inevitably, I think what they're doing, they're planting the seed, because let's say it doesn't happen for the next like 4 years. This is planted the seed that it will inevitably happen because money will talk at the end of the day, and it's going to be the richer clubs want to get richer and stuff like that. It's just going to destroy the competition and stuff. But at the same time, like I said before, this was always going to be inevitable.
As in Wenger said it.
Yeah, exactly. This is whether we like it or not, football evolves. And there's some changes that people like, and there's some changes people hate. I mean, people hated when the Premier League was conceptualized. It's hard to believe, but people hated it and predicted that something like.
I hear what you're saying, Akuma, right?
Yeah.
I hear what you're saying about Premier League being conceptualized and all that.
Yeah.
But was it as closed as this? This is a closed shop tournament.
I know. Yeah, but then again, this is inevitably because of this is the problem. When the Premier League was so successful, it attracted eyeballs from across the world, you see. So you have obviously a billion people in China want to watch it. You have people from the States want to watch it, and all of a sudden the powers that be thinking, well, we can get money out of this. Let's create a Super League, because the audience of football has totally changed now, because it's a worldwide game. Back in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, English football wasn't a worldwide game. Now it is. So when that happens,
what exactly is your point of view now? Because my point of view, right, is yes, granted, the Premier League was created, people were against it, blah, 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 blah. But there is a system that allows people to be able to get promoted into it. Okay?
Yeah, I agree. My point of view is that I think the Super League is a disgrace. All I'm just saying that it was always going to happen when you have big money in football, and whether I like it or you like it, this was inevitably going to happen. The seed was sown decades ago, and we're just literally thinking that, oh my goodness, what did we sow 20 or 30 years ago? Look at the rotten fruit that we're getting right now.
Because what's happened right now is the football players that have signed a contract into these clubs, right? Did you say something, Joe? Joe, are you talking to us or someone else? Right, I think he's probably talking to someone else. Right, what I was just trying... I lost my train of thought. What was I saying? Oh, God, I can't remember what I was saying now. Oh, damn.
I think you were saying about the promotion and relegation, about what is slightly different. That at least the Premier League had the concept of relegation, so it gave people hope that you could reach the promised land. But the problem with that was, once the Premier League was conceptualized, the gap between the Premier Division and the first and the bottom division got wider. Prior to the Premier League, the gap between Division 1 and Division 2 was actually pretty close. So you could say that old school fans who were against this in the 80s said, "I told you so. You're going to rip the soul of football. You're going to football has sold its soul, and inevitably the consequences that are going to happen are going to be way beyond what you expected." And this is what's happened now. I think we're reaping what was decided, back in 1992.
Right, so that reminds what I wanted to say. I just remembered now. So what I really wanted to say is right now is now so unfair to the players in this football club, because the sanctions that are going to be laid out to them, or should I say the sanctions that this man on the screen right now, the UEFA president, is proposing, or should I say asking or pushing for, because I don't think he has the power to decide whether players are going to be banned from playing from national leagues. I don't think he has. Obviously, he doesn't have that power. But definitely, if he's working with the likes of FIFA and the FA, they will be able to make that happen. And I've also heard that they're going to be having a meeting on Tuesday, which is tomorrow, with all the remaining 14 teams in the Premier League and they've excluded Arsenal, Man City, Man United, Liverpool, Chelsea, and Man City. All the 6 clubs that are, in England that are part of this whole shambolic setup. So they're going to be having that meeting. I'm definitely sure they're going to be voting against it because they're going to be looking at it from their perspective that what's my share in this? I'm not going to be getting nothing from this, right? And then thinking back to PSG, thinking back to PSG, Bayern Munich, and Dortmund.
Yeah.
What's your take? I mean, maybe I'm just being, I don't know, maybe I'm just cooking up some conspiracy theories, right? I talked about the 50+1 rule, right? In Germany, the 50+1 rule. I don't know if you heard when I said that. I'm going to repeat it.
I heard it. Yes. When was it introduced, though? Was it introduced?
I don't know when it was introduced, to be honest with you. I can't remember when it was introduced, but it's something that they have in place, and it kind of helps with, commercial investors that don't care nothing about football and just want to run it how they want, and they've limited them to 49% of the stake, which is kind of good, because in this kind of situation, the fans have a voice. We don't have a voice, and that's the reason why Arsenal Football Club right now is suffering. Imagine that kind of thing was put in place. We will have a say. Do you understand? So my worry is for the players.
I agree. Totally. Yeah.
So just imagine now, for instance, right? Aubameyang wants to play in the World Cup. Now he can't do that because he's contracted his life to this club. So he cannot play for his national team if they're banned. What's the club going to say about that?
Tade, that's what I was
Well,
telling
like I said, the club will say, who pays your way?
One at a time.
Sorry.
Joe?
You go, Gio.
No,
you go. Joe, you go.
So basically what I was saying, I was telling to Akuma, like, what about, like, African countries? They're already losing their talents to France and all that stuff, nationalized, So, like, basically, and Africans are playing, like, in top leagues, from Ghana. Shout out my Ivory Coast brothers out there and, my Nigerians. But, like, they play in the Premier League in those top teams. So what is their national team going to look like now? Like, now you have to really choose if you really love your country. I know Africans love their country when they come from. So how could you tell somebody that's growing up, I seen Kanu play for Nigeria, I want to follow the same footsteps as him, but now I'm in the Super League, I'm making great money. Now I can't even play for my country. That's gonna be we're gonna really see who loves their country and who really wants to represent their country.
So that's a good point. But what I don't know if you guys read the release statement. Obviously, I read it out to you guys. I'm not gonna read everything over again. But there was a part there that pissed me off when Florentino Perez. I don't know whether he thought. I don't know. Maybe he thought he was talking to children or 3-year-olds that don't understand English, or maybe he wrote it in Spanish and it was translated in in English. Sometimes when you translate word for word, it doesn't really give the right meaning. Do you know what I mean? But he said this, right? He said, "We will help football at every level and take it to its rightful place in the world of football."
That is politician. That's politician talk, man. That's politician talk, man. It's not going to help every other. That was the same thing about the Premier League. And don't get me wrong, some fans did water down to grassroots, but the gap between, let's say, the divisions is just vast. So it's not going to happen. It's just a sweetener. It's just breadcrumbs and stuff. So
does he think we're stupid?
Yeah, I agree with you. It's BS.
Does he think? And then they also said it was during this pandemic. In that statement, they said it was during this pandemic they came together. Bloody hell! Arsene Wenger knew you guys were having this discussion 10 freaking years ago. Arsene Wenger said it. He said it. I mean, you've seen where he said it, that 10 years down the line, and he was right. He's been hearing the whispers. So, I think maybe I'm much more pissed off about the statements that were made. Look, if you come out and tell me you want to make money.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you. If you come out and tell me you want to make money, right, and that's your main achievement, I
don't know if you can hear me still. I think I've lost you there.
We can hear you, Akuma. We can hear you. Joe, can you hear him? We can hear you. I think I've
lost you there.
Yeah, and now we can hear you, Akuma.
Your network is a bit off today. Your network is a bit off. Try and go back out and call back in. Go back out and come to the waiting room. I'll get you in, okay? Let me just pick a few comments here, people. I'm sorry I'm not reading comments. I am so pissed off today. Peter Moore, if a player loses from form in Super League, No Super League team wants him. He should have no way back to domestic league career over. I mean, this is the thing, right? You say he should have no way back. This is the thing. I don't, in a way, yeah, I feel that right now the players are in a dilemma. Do you know why I say they're in a dilemma? They're in a dilemma because they've signed a contract. And if they don't fulfill the terms of the contract, they could be fined. And if they're fined, they won't make money. And if they don't make money, they can't make ends meet. Do you understand what I'm saying, guys? So it's a bit unfair to them. And if they decide to revolt, right, then they might lose out on the opportunity to be able to play for their country. Right now, I don't even want to be a player in one of those clubs. Honestly. Because many of them now cannot speak out. If they speak out now, it's probably going to be a big problem to them. And the only big clubs, some of these big players, someone like Harry Kane now, for instance. Imagine Harry Kane says he doesn't like this whole idea. Which other club is he going to move to now? He can only move to maybe PSG or Bayern Munich if it's a big club, or Dortmund. Do you understand? So I just feel sad for them. Big up to you, Arsenal Manik. How you doing? Yeah, it is disgusting, and that's what we've been saying before you join. It's disgusting. He went on to say apparently it was 3 American owners of Arsenal, Liverpool, and Man United pushing for it. They want to make it like the NFL, NBA, not on our watch. Do you know the funny thing, right? Yes, they were the ones pushing for it. Well, I think Florentino Perez was one of the main spearheads behind this, because let's be honest, Florentino Perez is all about money as well. But the good thing about Florentino Perez is he still likes football, right? He loves football. We know that. He loves football. The American owners, I am not entirely sure of, I'm afraid. I am not entirely sure of. I think we've lost Akuma. We've lost Akuma on there. Joe, what would you say about this statement here where he says they want to provide high quality matches? That's another statement that was made in the press release. Will Tottenham or Arsenal provide any high quality match in that tournament? I don't know, man. Can you provide an answer to that, please? Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here. What's going on, Tyler?
Did you not hear what I just said?
Yeah, no, I don't know high quality football. That's what I'm saying. Me, Spurs fan, and you, Tyler, like we're in the same boat. Our team hasn't been doing nothing for a long time. So like, what can we perform? Yeah, we're gonna have the money, but like I said, if people don't wanna have problems and all that and all this other stuff, then we're now you're gonna make people choose for club or country, and high quality and what? Look, Arsenal 1-1 draw yesterday. You know, we beat Genoa yesterday 2-1, but we barely scraped by. You know, I just don't understand. And they're gonna take all the trophies away. Like, I don't understand about that. I'm just disappointed in everybody. All they want to see is money, 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 money.
Do you think it's still gonna go forward? Do you think they'll still be able to pull this through? Do you think they will decide to pull back on it?
Who wants to lose out on 350 million euros? I don't know. And they probably signed something, so they could be liable for suing.
Okay, no problem. Anyway, Arsenal, just wanted to call you Arsenal. Anyway, Joe, thanks a lot for coming on, man. We've already lost Akuma. Thanks a lot for coming on, man. I really appreciate you coming on. I'll probably be coming to the end of the show. I'll just do a little bit of final words, and I'll be out of it. All right? Welcome! Who is this? Aiken Shark, welcome! As part of the Panditions family. Welcome. I have a new subscriber, people. Big up to you. All right, people. That was Joe and that was Akuma. Thanks a lot, guys, for coming on. I really appreciate you coming on. I really, really do. I've got 1 subscriber, people. Wonderful. Thanks for coming. I really appreciate you. Thanks for coming. Listen, people. Just in case you're just joining, just a little bit of recap. Apparently, we've all had the news about the ESL, the European Super League, which is confirmed to start in August. Apparently, it's going to have 20 teams with 15 founding members, and then 5 different teams are going to be joining due to some sort of qualification rounds or qualification games that they're going to be playing to get in. And we've got the likes of Arsenal, AC Milan, Atletico Madrid, Chelsea, Barcelona, Inter Milan, Juventus, Liverpool, Man City, and Man United, and Real Madrid and Tottenham, all being classified as founding members. And what they're saying right now is these guys are going to be getting 3.5 billion euros solely to support their infrastructure investment plans. Listen, I kind of understand it's all about money, but the question is, you said that you're going to help economic growth. You said you're going to help football at every level. In what way are you going to help football at every level? That, for me, is just a shambolic statement. It makes absolutely no sense to me, and that is what we're talking about. Obviously, Jose Mourinho has been sacked. Why was Jose Mourinho sacked today? Was he sacked because of Arsenal's position, knowing fully well that they're going to be playing a final next week? Or was he sacked because he made a statement based on the rumors? Apparently, they said he made a statement. Or should I say he stood against, rather, not they made a statement. He stood against Tottenham joining by not taking his players out for training. We don't know how true that is, but something fishy is definitely going on. There is no doubt, because it makes no sense. The timing absolutely doesn't make any sense to me, because you're playing a final in the next week for a team that hardly sees a lot of trophies. No offense to any Tottenham fan, but it is the truth. It makes no sense to me. Any questions, people? Q&A time. If you want to ask me any questions, please fire your questions while I read some comments. Peter Moore, Spurs have won way more trophies than Leicester. Yes, they have. Tony Blackwell, even the Leeds chairman joined in with his team and displaying those shirts. Hats off to him for that. Oh, right, I didn't even see that. Oh, that's good. That's really good. The Leeds chairman did that, right? Okay. That's good. Aston Manic, have you seen a quote one of the board members of owners of the so-called six made today? Football matters are secondary. Yep. I talked about that probably before you joined. Yes, I talked about that. I think I saw that on Sky Sports. It was by this guy. Is this Sokel? I can't remember his name now. The Sky Sports presenter. A very funny guy. You know, I met that guy in the Norwich Arsenal game last season. And he actually interviewed us, but we never saw, myself and Kelechi and Leaves were interviewed. I never saw the interview from this guy, you know. I don't know. He didn't publish it. Maybe he didn't like our interview. He saw us that day, and you know, he was he said he wants to get a few of our opinions, and you know, that video never saw the light of day, man. This guy, maybe he's a scam as well. I'm just kidding. That's just a joke. All right. Peter Moore, Arsenal can go from 9th Prem to bottom Super League. Do you know what? Yeah, that's a very good point. That's a very good point. You know, I think Arsenal are only gonna be there. No offense, guys, but with the way Arsenal is going, really, what sort of quality are we gonna provide in that league? We're just gonna be there to count the numbers. We're just gonna be there to make up the numbers and for the money as well. That's what we're gonna be there for. We can't even make in the Champions League, and then you're going to. So let's picture this, right? Arsenal gets into the Champions League, right? Normally, you go into the group stages, you beat some of these small teams. In recent years, when they get into, say, for instance, the knockout stages, right, or the round of 16 and all that, most of the time, round of 16, round of 8 or whatever, we get beaten. We get beaten, and now you're gonna be facing the likes of Barcelona and all that in a league. So we're just gonna be there to make up the numbers at the end of the day. You know, so Peter Moore, big up to you, man. What's James Dunlop? They are serious, man. I thought they were messing, but they are not. They are not. When I spoke to them on the okay, I'm not sure what this. Arsenal Money, Chronicle out. Time for Arsenal fans to stand up and act. Listen, the truth about the matter is, like I said before, right? It's going to be very, very difficult right now for we fans to do anything, because I said it that the fans kind of have a say in the German league. It's quite difficult for us to do anything here. And I'm going to ask you guys this question. Let's be very honest with ourselves, right? Let's be very, very honest with ourselves. If they put this on TV, will you watch it or not? Will you watch Arsenal playing in this league? Will you watch Tottenham playing in this league? Will you watch Liverpool playing in this league? Because we love football, right? It's entertainment. It's almost like saying R. Kelly, for instance. Most of us that grew up listening to R. Kelly's music, right? In spite of everything he did, right? His music is his music. It's entertaining. You know, I'm just being very honest here. I'm not going to come here and act all righteous to you guys. No, I'm not. It's gonna be difficult for me, except I fall out of football, or maybe I'll go and find another team to watch or something. Or maybe I'll start supporting PSG. I love football. So the question is, will I stop watching the game? So, but then again, what they've done, is it ethical? No, it's not ethical. And the best we can do is not to buy the merchandise. I already told you guys on my last stream, right? I haven't bought an Arsenal jersey since 2018. Yeah, 2018 was the last time I bought an Arsenal jersey. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. This cup here was given to me by my girl. It wasn't me. I didn't buy this. I didn't buy it. It was a gift. I don't buy Arsenal merchandise anymore. Yes, I still go for the games. I used to go for the games before the pandemic, obviously, because I love watching, watching Arsenal and all that. But I reduced how much I was investing in the club. I reduced it because I felt spending so much money on this club and I'm not seeing no returns. It makes no sense to me. It makes no sense to me. Liam Vince could get rid of the 6 and move up 6 from the Championship League, 1, 2, and National League, and 3 from the National League South and North. That's a fair point. That's a fair point, Liam. That's a fair point. That's a fair point. But what's going to now happen to us? What is going to happen to us fans then? I love Arsenal, guys. I love Arsenal. Like many of you guys love your club. I love Arsenal. I don't know, man. I don't know. I didn't stop listening to R. Kelly's music. His music is nice. Even if I thought I reprimanded him for what he claimed he did. I don't know, man. I don't know. Peter Moore liked and subbed today. Oh, thanks a lot, man. Thanks a lot. To the Blackwell, Liverpool owners, well, all of them thinking about it, have ignored their fans and won't even comment about what's going on. They will ignore their fans because they don't care about the fans. They only care about their pocket. They only care about their pocket. And this is the thing, right? Imagine these companies where, I'm calling them companies now because obviously they are companies, but I'm not going to call them football clubs anymore. These financial companies, yes, these financial companies right now, they're now running it like a company that is on a stock market. Actually, no, that's a very stupid analogy. They're not even running it. I'm sorry, guys, no. Because the companies that are on stock market, they actually have the fans, yeah? Or should I say they have the shareholders having a say. They have the annual general meetings and the fans and the stakeholders can actually have their say. But in this case, we don't even have our say. We don't have any say. Arsenal Money, you shouldn't even have subscription. No, it will be pay-per-view. Why do you think it's going to be pay-per-view, guys? Listen, I love football. Unless I find a different entertainment in my life. Liam, support MK Dons today. Where exactly are you guys now? Where exactly are you guys on the table? Freaking hell, man. I don't know about MK Dons, man. I'll think about it, man. Can you send me an application? Yeah? Send me the application and send me the CV of the club. Then I'll consider it. I'm just kidding, man. I'm just messing with you, man. I'm just messing with you. Tony Blackwell, 100%. I will pay. I'll pay pay-per-view, but can you imagine the price they will charge? I ain't paying no pay-per-view, people. I don't know. I ain't paying pay-per-view, man. I'm struggling as it is to even pay all my bills every month. Tragic. It's a tragic situation right now, man. I can't even think about it. Tony Black, 100%. I will pay. No, just read that. If you don't pay pay-per-view or subscribe to the Super League TV channel, all the investments and plans will go down the drain. That's a very good point, you know. That's a very good point. If you don't subscribe, yeah, the TV money goes down the drain. That's a very good point. But you know what, yeah? The truth about the matter is, these people are not stupid. They know that we fans love football. Do you know what it's like taking football away from us? Do you know what it's like? If you take football away from us, it's almost like, I mean, imagine us living in this pandemic without football. Just imagine that. They know. They are strong. I mean, we fans right now, they are really strong. I mean, we fans. They know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. You know? All right, Mossy Boy. You know what? I've already finished taking calls, Mossy Boy, but let me just get Mossy Boy in. This is my final caller before I go. Let's see if we can talk to Mossy Boy. Hello, Mossy Boy. Hello, Mossy Boy.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. What's up?
Yeah, nothing much, man. Nothing much. Thank you for. I was in the show earlier, so I just have to come out because I need to go and do something quickly.
Yeah, that's fine. I was
Yeah,
already done taking callers, but yeah, I mean,
yeah,
how you doing anyway? Good.
yeah. I'm good, man. I'm good. Me and my brother-in-law has just been discussing all this rubbish stuff all day
Mm,
today. We can't stop talking about it. I
mm,
tell you, man. These
mm,
people, I just see them as thieves, man.
mm,
Trust. they,
mm,
they they don't care about anybody. They don't care. They just want all the money to themselves alone. They don't care about fans. They don't care about you know anything.
mm.
Let me say they don't care. They just want to. But they're saying it's Super League. Before you know now, they're saying Europa Super League. Before you know, down the line, they're gonna change the name to like American League or something. Before you know, they will say they want to move it to the US, the whole thing to the US. It's true.
What are you gonna do?
Before you know that,
Are you gonna move? Are you are you gonna move England
that
to? Are you gonna move England to
no,
America?
no way. Someone said something on here which you read out. It's
What's
very
that?
very good comment. Like nobody should buy their TV or pay per view or whatever.
Mm,
All their TV money will just go down the drain straight up.
mm,
Then nobody should support it or anything at all. So it's just crazy, man. It's absolutely shambles.
mm,
So they don't care about the grassroots football. No, they're going to be playing the league. No team is going to go down. No team is going to come up.
mm.
It's not going to be interesting anyway because there won't be no challenges. People will
So
just say, "Oh,
so so
we're
I
not
think they
going to get
said.
relegated."
Sorry,
Yeah,
let me just clarify a few things here. And this is what I'm not
yeah,
entirely sure, but they said there are 20 teams, right? 15 founding members.
mm,
They only have 12 right now, and they're hoping to
yeah,
get three. I'm suspecting PSG, Bayern,
mm,
and maybe Dortmund were among the people they approached, and they said no to make up the numbers to be 15 founding
yeah,
members, right? But then
mm,
right now they're only 12, right?
yeah,
And
yeah.
they're gonna make up. They're gonna be a total of 20, which simply means five teams are gonna be coming through some sort of qualifying rounds.
So
I
yeah,
don't have
that's
the
right. Yeah.
details of that, but obviously, there are
Mm,
going to be some teams that are going to consider to do some playoffs of some sort. That's what I
mm,
think. I don't want anyone to misquote me or quote me. I'm just
yeah,
saying
yeah.
what I think right now. Yeah. So.
Yeah, but what I want to say to this is it doesn't matter which club you support. Every single fan, we all have to put our differences aside and be one and just say no, we don't want this.
Mm,
Because if this happens, then football is dead. Trust.
mm, mm,
Because we all have to just stick together and just say no, it ain't happening.
mm,
Even if they allow everybody to get back into the stadium now, nobody should go to watch any. It doesn't matter where the game is. People should just boycott it and just
mhm,
don't go there and just go and watch the stupid football they want to be played.
mhm,
You
mhm,
know that I think the way we are now. If every fan of every single club come together, we are more than them. Then
mm,
we're going to support UEFA on this. We're going to support FIFA on this because they don't want it. And who is going to okay, let's look at it this way. Who is going to leave Champions League, Europa League, FA Cup, Carabao Cup, and Premier League to go and play just one single league? Which player is going to leave all those five competition for just one league?
So this is their intention. Their intention is they're not going to leave the league, right?
Mm,
Their intention is they will still play the domestic games, right?
mm-hmm,
But from what the Sky Sport correspondent was saying today, he's saying
mm,
that obviously these are kind of things they've heard from insiders, right? They're saying that they're hearing that these guys might be playing their smaller teams in all those leagues, which simply means that they're looking down on all those other leagues. So they might be just imagine the likes of I don't know, Balogun and Co playing
mm.
the Premier League, and then the big boys are the ones that are going to be playing. They're mainly going to be
The,
playing the
the
Super League,
Champions League.
So it's so, how will I put it? It's an insult in a way,
It's an insult. Yeah,
you know.
it's an insult. You just come from nowhere. You just want to take everything over. Is
Mm,
yeah,
mm,
that's crazy. And
mm.
anyway,
And, and,
we
and,
we
and
just
what I
have to
said
wait and
before,
see.
sorry, go on,
Yeah.
go on.
No. I just want to say we just have to wait and see. I hope it doesn't come. It doesn't go through. Trust. I'm just hoping. I'm just praying and hoping this doesn't happen.
Mm. Mm.
Mhm.
I mean, it's already happened. The question is, can they go back on all the all the plans and all the money they've invested up to now? Because obviously we're talking about someone
That's
like
their
JP
problem.
Morgan. Yeah, I
Mhm.
mean, JP Morgan. I think Tony Blackwell said the money is coming from the likes of JP Morgan, an Italian TV channel, and and shareholders. I don't even know about this Italian TV channel. I don't even
Yeah,
know
I don't
about
even
that.
know.
But the thing is, this this league is not a new thing. There was a time that they
Mm.
had. If you do some research, you find out that there was a time that they most of the representative of this the representative of this of all these clubs, they had a
Yeah,
meeting with, there's a man, I can't remember his name now. They had a meeting with an investor. He was one of the richest men in the world back then.
yeah,
A few
yeah.
years ago, he was
Mm.
about 100 and something on Forbes list, right? They
Mm.
had a conversation with him about this Super League. So this Super League proposal has been on for a long time,
Yeah, for a long
and
time.
I think he was a real he's a real estate billionaire, right? So they
Mm.
met with his representatives, and
Mm.
I think that meeting must have been them meeting
Mm.
him
Yeah.
to maybe to stake the
Mm.
league. Because let's be
Mm.
honest, these founding members are going to be the governing body. So which simply
Yeah.
means that the governing body is now distributed, right? I mean, let's think
Mm.
about it, right? And my friend said I shouldn't even say this, but I don't know if you guys know how cryptocurrency works right now, right? The whole
Yeah.
idea of cryptocurrency is for it to be to be decentralized in a way,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And the central bank is like more centralized, right?
Yeah.
It's a perfect carbon copy of how the cryptocurrency is operating in a way, because now the control is spread across 15 founding members. It's going to be spread across 15 founding members, and they'll be the ones controlling every single thing. But what I don't get, and this is where I am open to educating myself a bit more about it, what I don't get is whether or not the solidarity payment that they're talking about, there's going to be an excess of 10 billion euros, right? That solidarity payment, I don't really understand how that money is going to be spent. Is it only going to be spent to members of the league? Or, because right now, what solidarity payment is all about is to help people from getting into administration, to help to be able to close the wealth gap a little bit. That's the
Yeah.
whole
Yeah.
idea
Yeah.
of it.
Yeah.
So
That's the whole
how are they
idea
going
of it. Yeah.
And that is my problem. And this is why I started this conversation. When I started this show, I said people are allowed to make money. It's fine. It's legal to make money.
Yeah. Of course.
But the way you handle it is where the ethics come into play. Because for me, this is a very undue advantage on top of so many of it's unfair and undue if you think about it from a financial standpoint to some of the people that don't have them. So Leicester City, Jamie Vardy is thinking about playing another Champions League.
Yeah. Of course.
Yeah, to compete with the best.
Yeah. Did you? I'm not sure whether you saw the comment of Ozil. They said every single kid playing football, they want to grow up to win the World Cup and win Champions League.
Yeah, I saw that.
But these people just come up and just ruin it for all those kids that are dreaming of winning big things.
Yeah, Herrera of PSG has come out to talk as well.
Yeah. Anyway, the second thing I want to talk about today is all this Europa Super League has overshadowed Jose Mourinho stuff. Anyway, it doesn't really make people talk about it.
What's the take on
that? First of all, I'm thinking the final is in 6 days. I'm thinking Jose Mourinho is going to go into that final and win that cup for Tottenham. But now they sign him, my thought has changed. Man City will go and win it now. So because there's no manager or no caretaker that they're going to bring into Tottenham right now that will go and beat Manchester City in that final. Man City will win that. Clear. That's what I'm going to say.
Big up to you, Arsenal Manik. Sorry.
Yeah. Go on. So the second thing I want to say about Jose Mourinho is, and this I want to say this on our last show. What's it called? Gary Neville says something to Arsenal fan then. Be careful of what you wish for. I think that thing is actually coming back to bite us.
When did he say that? When was it? When we sacked Arsene Wenger?
When we sacked Arsene Wenger, yeah. So he said, be careful of what you wish for. So I think by now Arsenal is struggling. But Jose Mourinho, be careful of what you wish for when you called Arsene Wenger, especially to fail. Now, who Who is specialist in failure now? Tell me.
But since he made those comments, he still won a lot of trophies, though.
Listen, he can never ever in his career achieve what Arsene Wenger has achieved.
You mean trophy-wise? Because he's achieved more than Arsene Wenger trophy-wise, but maybe in terms
I'm
of
not
other
talking.
aspects.
Okay, let's say trophy-wise, yeah, you get more than Arsene Wenger. But what Arsene Wenger has brought to English football, if it is to Jose Mourinho, he can never ever achieve that.
Yeah, I understand. I understand that bit.
And up till now, Arsene Wenger is still bringing something valuable to football, but he's not. You understand what I'm saying? So, who is specialist in failure then? Out of two of them, that guy, I just can't stand him. Trust.
I don't know. Funny enough, I know people are gonna hate me for this. I like Mourinho, you know.
Yeah, no. Listen, it's not like I don't like Mourinho, yeah, but he really, as a person, he really needs to respect others. I think all of you are like, for example, now you can never see Arsene Wenger be rude to a manager of West Brom, for example, or a manager of a team that is lower, that they are not doing as best as what Arsenal is doing, if you understand what I mean. Arsene Wenger always give people respect. But Jose Mourinho, oh my days, it doesn't have that.
You know a funny thing? I follow Mourinho on social media. Let me see if I can look for the video to show you guys. When he was leaving, I don't know if it was today, but I think it was today, right? When he was leaving.
When he was leaving, when he carried all his pictures.
Yeah, let me show you guys the video.
Yeah.
Let me show you. It was quite funny. Let me see if I can show you guys the video. All right.
I saw it on Twitter, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, let me just show you guys the video. Hang on a minute. Where is it? Okay. Right, that's the video. Let me play it.
Okay.
Is disturbing me. That's my life. They don't give me privacy. Even my friend Gary is disturbing me. That's my life. They don't give me privacy. Even my friend Gary is disturbing me.
Okay, so oh my days, man. I'm sorry. I know you couldn't hear it. I know you couldn't hear it, but he was simply saying that they never give him privacy, and that's just Mourinho for you.
For you, yeah, that's right. Me, I just think now everything that he said is coming back to bite him now. So that's all.
All right,
he needs to learn how to give people respect when it comes to, and he think he's still the best in this job, but it's not. It's not. Things are catch up with him now. So. Yeah, so that's what I just really want to quickly talk to you about. That's why I asked you to kind of quickly get me in, really. Okay. Yeah.
Thanks a lot, Monster Boy. I really appreciate it.
No worry, man. Thank you very much. That is a nice one. Thank you, man.
Talk later. Cheers.
All right, cheers.
Bye.
All right, bye.
Yeah. Yes, people, that was Mossy Boy. Obviously, we had a lot of arguments about Arsenal yesterday, but today we are best of friends. This is what they call solidarity. We all have to come together and support this cause against this devilish proposal. I'm just going to take a few comments and I'm going to end the show. As a reminder, people, I am going to be back tomorrow with my late night football show. Obviously, I thought I should talk about this today because it's quite pressing. Tomorrow, I'll be taking calls from right, left, and center. If you want to come in and talk to me about your club or whatever, we'll be doing that tomorrow. And listen, if there is more news that's going to be coming out of this whole proposal, we'll definitely talk about that tomorrow as well. Also, do not forget, I've got a show with Lee Judges. It's going to be on Wednesday. Please, guys, make sure you tune in to that show. It's going to be 8:30 on Wednesdays as well. Tomorrow is my late night football show, 8:30 as usual. I'll be looking forward to talking to you guys. Let me just see a few comments here. Tony Blackwell, watching this game, Liverpool should do the decent thing and just let Leeds score to show a sign of solidarity. What exactly is the score for that game, Tony? What's the scores? Tony Blogger, James, that just shows the football community comes together when things like this arise. Yep. Tony Black and Mossy Boy Mourinho does, but won't admit it. It's all a front, a show to the media. He can't damage that reputation. What exactly are you referring to, Tony Blackwell? What exactly are you referring to with that statement? Mossy Boy Mourinho does it, but won't admit it. Sorry, I didn't see the comment when you made it earlier. He was right about Wenger. Liam Vince, obviously you're not a Wenger lover. James Dunlop is the last time we'll see Mourinho in the Premier League again. You think so? What club do you think he's going to go to? Anyway, listen, people, I need to run. I really need to run. I really appreciate all of you that have come in, have stayed with me for an hour and a half. I've sent your comments. For the guys that are coming, Akuma, Gio, Mossy Boy, Tony Blackwell on the chats, James Dunlop on the chats, Aston Manik on the chats. Who else have I not mentioned, people? Peter Moore on the chats, and I got a new subscriber as well. Big up to yourself. If I did not mention your name, that's not because I don't want to. I just totally forgot, people. There's so many names on here. I really appreciate you guys coming on as usual. All right, Tony, you're saying Mossy Boy saying about respect. All right. I hear what you're saying. All right, people, listen. Thanks a lot for coming on. I really appreciate you guys, and I'll be seeing you guys tomorrow for the late night football show. Please make sure you tune in. It's your boy here, the Blunt Pony Lovers. We love us, haters, we haters. I'll be seeing you guys soon. Take care. Cheers. Good night.